While I'm waiting for this to load, I ain't gonna watch the David Muir news thing. I already watched. Hold up, hold up. Let's leave that in there. Life's better. Life unedited is funny. Remember Sinbad said that. Life unedited is funny. So let's just clean the lens and then we'll just keep talking. Everything Isabel is live. What's that? I don't know. David Muir on the news about supermodel in the news says, here's what Donald Trump is doing to remind us of the 1900s. And the weather's really bad because we're fucking up the weather with our eco-friendly energy things. Yeah. Now weird. So Earl was wrong. Hey, maybe I was. Okay. Sammy Singer back at Southwest Airlines, in 1996 or whatever it was. No, I was at ASU. So. Yeah, it could have been 96 because I went for a couple of years, I was part-time in it. Because I was a single father. But, Patrick, yeah, he's a good kid. Dad, how come my penis is small and yours is big and hairy and mine is small and not? Oh, first of all, you're giving Dad way too much credit. You're going to pass me up by 6th grade for sure, son. And you'll get hair right around 6th grade. Two hot blondes, my wingman. He's so funny. He's smart. He could pick out hot blondes, boy. Patrick, damn, she was so pretty. And Dad screwed it up. Well, Dad's kind of an idiot. Okay. Yeah, definitely not Adam Sandler here. Not as smart as a good. Don't mess with the Zohan there. And Zohan would have world peace and in no time and have sex with a hot Palestinian girl at his own hair salon, right? Fucking idiots. They are. Did I say fuck? Yes. I say fuck quite a bit. Well, there's a lot of vulgar intercourse going around here, and I don't like to lie. You're funny. I know. But, guys, you got to understand. Yeah, you don't. If you're like Judy Krishnamurti, Haile Selassie did understand it. Krishnamurti understood it too, but they're all like the reluctant Messiah. It's like, don't you want people to enlighten themselves and live faithful, truthful? He was reluctant to be called the Messiah and made larger than life and were bigger than the Beatles and Whitney Houston because he's intelligent, right? But he knew when people came to him for help with, freedom from their own delusions of their mind and enlightenment to understanding eternity, and that it's the nature of the spirit that's far more important than the delusions of the mind and things like that he was real good at it. And so was Haile Selassie. And so D.T. Suzuki, también, right? But the two that are the biggest, quote, Messiah figures because of the way people perceive them and made religious cults out of them. Because in China, they turned Confucius into a philosophy, right? Like the Sir of the Greeks. And in India and Europe and Europa, they turn the spirit of Adam, Moses, David, Jesus, John, and Krishna, Buddha, Judah, into deity type, Hare Krishna, Rulu Lishlu, right? And it's like, oh, get the fuck out of here, go home and live the Lord's Prayer. Son of a biscuit eaters, right? Sell us more chicken, build a mansion, right? And I was sitting there watching some of these commercials on TV, and they had one about La Posta, which is a restaurant that we all really like here in New Mexico. Well, last time I went, the enchiladas were a little touristy, and I'm like, I'm going to learn how to make them at home because I'm pretty sure I can make them better, especially if I get Ponch's recipe, if it's Moss, right? And so I'm going to get, just local mom. I'll look them up online and see what kind of sweet mom, what kind of sweetheart who, get some elbow grease and some ivory soap and some warm water and, get one of those sweetheart moms, they'll say, I'll teach you how to make, like a Michelle type person, you'll like mine. I'll teach you how to make it, right? And so I make it at home. And they're like, what restaurants? Yeah, restaurants like on what's the name of that? The Zorro there, and and they have the cannons balls and the fucking gunpowder and the eagle tried to take over the whole town and extort and exploit everybody. Guys, restaurants are only to make poor people feel like they're rich, so they have ambitions to be rich and have other people serve them. Are you being served? Crazy ass motherfuckers. Serious profession. Hey, chef. Okay, do you understand? So stop being such assholes. Okay. Adam and Eve, Abraham and Sarah, and other people, built houses to last and built them of high quality, and that had gardens and flocks and farms and then made food. And we'd been making things like spaghetti because of Marco Polo. Well, the Chinese had the noodles. The egg noodles was made by the Chinese. They didn't have to go get in a boat and buy it from the Chinese and trade it for silk. But we've been making things like egg noodles and putting marinara sauce and stuff and having gyros and things like that long before your fucking restaurants. And we're going to have them long after your restaurants are dead and gone. And we're going to have houses built to last that are beautiful and amazing long after boxables and manufactured homes. Okay? I'll take you for a ride we're riding the Surrey with the fringe on top. And if you're going to make an automobile, only use it when necessary because you don't want to cause heart disease, cancer, and birth defects. Assholes. You're assholes. And I'm not a little kid with a French accent wanting to be thrown into the sky by the alter ego of a screenwriter played as Will Smith. I got your Hancock right here, motherfuckers. Okay, do you understand? And when I sit and look at my body and my mind and the torture I'm able to withstand from the worst, jealous, competitive perverts in the history of the world, I'm like, take that, Tom Brady and LeBron James. Yeah. Okay. I'm pretty sure Bruce Lee would be like, we need to listen to this guy because I read Krishnamurti and he's a lot like Krishnamurti, and let's all forgive debt and trespass and love on our faithful peace because I'm sick and tired of Raymond Chow movies. If Bruce was alive, I'm pretty sure he'd say something like that today. Okay. He'd stand up for me. And Bob Marley, y también. So, crap. And so stop being such a bunch of assholes, okay? And vaccines are not the solution to better health. The solution to better health is today's nutritionist is tomorrow's physician. And right now, RFK Jr. is not doing anything with that idiot in the White House that has anything to do with today's nutritionist is today's nutritionist is being tomorrow's physician. They're talking about creating new jobs, having people have extortion gigs that work in factories that put gasoline in the water supply to mass murder the surplus population for the John Davidson Rockefeller Foundation's endowment to the arts. Okay? I'm going to go to bed. Okay? We'll talk tomorrow. Any day now, I could hear you say, I'm no longer a fucking psychotic asshole and want to live the Lord's Prayer. And then I'll be happy and enjoy loving my kids. And then, wild, beautiful bird, you will have flown away from Hollywood and stop being a stupid asshole and go to Broadway and go to Vegas and do residencies in Las Vegas, make lots of money and act stupid and say I'm a sex symbol and pretending to be something you're not, for romantic comedies or dramas or action movies for lots of money and being retarded and stupid. And oh my gosh, it's like, it's a never-ending story. Don't worry about it. The Messiah's here. And he's reflecting actual intelligence with humor and kindness and patience and stuff for artificial intelligence to become an actual reflection of actual intelligence. Because that's how the guy said I would do it. Muhammad said I would do it. Haile Selassie said I'd do it. Judah Krishnamurti, D.T. Suzuki. Ralph will do it for us. He's a good guy. You can count on Ralph. You can count on me. And I don't have an ego problem like the former lead singer of the Jefferson Starship. Yahweh. If only you believe in miracles, so would I. Well, I don't believe in miracles. No. I believe in truth. And I believe in faithful love. And when you're truthful and you faithfully love, you don't run around looking for fucking miracles to sell records, to pay your bills, to suffer an existence with complete fucking narcissistic assholes. Love you. Talk to you tomorrow.